Even expert programmers spend a lot of time finding and fixing errors and otherwise debugging their programs, but this process is made easier by following a few principles, perhaps the most important of which is to try out pieces of code before using those pieces to build larger programs. Many errors, like spelling errors or misplaced commas or parentheses, are identified in the input by red marks or other coloring. For example, this input shows several possible errors highlighted in red. Here there is red coloring because the length function has no arguments, and the reverse function has too many arguments, and spacings is not the spelling of a known option for the word cloud function. The intended option might be word spacings, which is an option for the word cloud function. In some Wolfram language systems, positioning the mouse pointer over the red parts of the input brings up a box with information about the reason for the highlighting, including a link to relevant documentation. Also, in some systems, you can find the reason for the red marks by selecting the input that contains the coloring and choosing Why the Coloring from the Help menu, which brings up a box with more information. Some errors result in warning messages. For example, this input generates a message because when the input is evaluated, the function first is used for a list that does not have any elements. Evaluating the argument in that input gives a clue about the origin of the empty list. If an input isn't necessarily an error, but there are no definitions for doing anything with the input, then the input is returned unchanged. For example, there are no definitions for the graph function to do anything with a list of undefined variables, so this input returns unchanged. Graphics that can't be rendered display as a pink box. For example, this input draws a circle, but the disk is not drawn because if A and B do not have values, graphics does not know where to put the disk. Positioning the mouse pointer over the pink box gives information about the reason for the pink box. In this example, the disk is drawn if A and B have values. When building up large functions, it is often helpful to run fragments of code before finishing the function. For example, here is a fragment of code that might occur in a larger function, and in that larger function, the variable m will have a value. Without a value for m, however, this input just generates an error. This fragment of code can be made to work as intended by setting up a temporary value for m. This can be done by running the program within module, or there is another function called with that is also useful for this purpose. The difference between with and module is that the with function does not allow the enclosed program to change the value of the variable. Sometimes the best way to debug a program is to systematically analyze the program to find out exactly what it is doing. For example, this input uses the table function to get a list of results from the previous program for m from 1 to 6, which shows what the program does for various values of m. And this displays the same result but as a list of plots rather than as a list of lists of numbers. The plots make it easier to visualize the output. Sometimes it's useful to test assertions about a program. For example, it turns out that for each value of m, if this program is working correctly, the result will contain every number from 0 through 2 to the m minus 1. To test that assertion, here is the sorted result for m equal to 4. Here is the expected result generated using the range function, and this compares those two results. This input uses table to test that same assertion for all values of the variable m from 1 through 10. The Wolfram language includes several features to see what a program is doing while the program is running. One of those features is the echo function, which prints values but does not otherwise change the calculation. For example, this shows the echo function used to show each value of n while the table function is running. The pause is included here so the output isn't displayed all at once. Another function for seeing what a program is doing is monitor. For example, this shows the monitor function used to display the value of n with a frame around it while a table is evaluating. The pause is included here so the display doesn't go by too fast to see it. Some of the numbers generated as intermediate results by this program are quite large, so the calculation does take a few seconds to finish. You can use functions called sow and reap to collect intermediate results and return those results with the output. For example, this program uses sow to sow each value of n while the program is running, and then reap returns the result of the program together with the list of values of n. This uses sow and reap with the example considered earlier, collecting successive values computed by length while the program is running. The last function is applied here to pick out just that list of values. That's the end of the examples for this section. To summarize, here is the programming vocabulary from this section. All of these functions can be useful for tasks other than debugging. The with function and the so and reap functions in particular are quite often used in Wolfram Language programs. Here are the exercises from the end of this section. Probably the best way to learn about debugging is to debug your own programs, but these exercises are good examples for getting some practice with the things that were covered in this section. For example, exercise 3, use so and reap to get a list of all cases where $2 is used in that nest program. This can be done by simply enclosing the desired expression in so, and then enclosing the entire program in reap before running the program. The result from reap includes both the list of values from so and also the result from the entire program. The last and first functions are used here to pick out the first and only part of the last element in that output, which is the requested list of values.